Washington. They know how important their voices, the home crowd advantage is. Overwhelming in this series as the Rockets and Sonics come down to a Game 7, the winner to Phoenix for the Western Division Championship. In Houston, all Rockets breezing to 3 wins by an average of 14 points. In Seattle, the Sonics dominating, an average victory of 15 points. And in their last game here, Game 5, they won going away by 25. Hello, everyone. Dick Enberg, welcome aboard, along with Steve Jones and Irvin Magic Johnson. You were saying that, reflecting on your Laker days, how important that 7 game is to you.
Well, no question about it. The first quarter is the most important quarter. And usually what happens, this is going to be like a heavyweight championship bout. And you know the first blow is usually going to be by the home team. So Houston is going to have to pick themselves off the ground and be ready to sustain themselves, collect themselves, and be ready to attack after they get knocked down.
All right, so Houston has to get off the wood, make it a 15-round fight, no knockouts. On the other hand, Seattle does have the advantage of this crowd.
Both of you remember the Thriller in Manila, and that's where we're going to make it this afternoon. It's got to be wild, crazy, and relentless. And you know, Joe, what happened in that one. So you've got to believe that the Seattle SuperSonics have the most energy and the biggest advantage.
Well, they got the heavyweight in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon, who may win the league MVP. Are you looking at him or someone else?
But, you know, with the Seattle SuperSonics, it is Sean Kemp that gets all the attention. But to me, the guy that's got to show up today is Casper the Friendly Ghost. Derek McKee, who got 39 points in the 3 games here and 19 down there, has to play big. And if he does, the entire Sonics game will open up.
So McKee will be challenging Olajuwon as well as sometimes bringing the ball up court. Well, how about Hakeem? Where do you look for extra help?
Well, in the 3 losses that Houston had, Olajuwon led them in scoring. So Houston do not want Olajuwon to lead them in scoring. Look for Otis Thorpe to be the silent man today. He has to rise his game above everybody else's.
Big power forward Otis Thorpe to watch, says Irvin Magic Johnson. Well, they'll be watching closely at the Summit in Houston. They'll be cheering wildly here in Seattle. Now it comes down to 1 for the chance to play Phoenix and to move on in the playoffs.
Now, Dick, I already know it's a 7th game. Magic Johnson's elbowed me twice and just getting in here. He's trying to dig some space, so I think it's going to be a physical, a very aggressive game, and we'll see which team is able to play through.
Yeah, he likes to back in. Watch that hook shot.
That's right. This is what Game 7 is all about, being physical and aggressive. So what team is the most physical and most aggressive in this first quarter?
Team in red, the Rockets start with a Rock first with Maxwell matched up against Pierce. Inside to Olajuwon. They leave Ori alone. And the rookie from Bama hits from long range.
The key for Houston will be tempo. They must run, but they must walk it up and slow this pace down because they don't want to get into a running game. So a lot of walking and very little running.
Olajuwon, who was 3rd in the league in rebounds this year, gets his first off the miss by McKee. Olajuwon is so mobile and agile, you forget that he's 7 feet tall.
Now they're working against the clock, and I don't think they realize it. They don't get it up.
Well, there's a 24-second violation on the block shot against Otis Thorpe.
Sometimes a team can get so caught up in making sure that they make that extra pass, move that defense one more time, they forget that the 24-second clock is running. That's what happened the last time down for the Rockets.
And the home crowd here in Seattle drowns out any shouts from the bench of the Rockets. Perkins for 3. Olajuwon has it batted away by Sean Kemp behind him, and it'll be Houston going the other way, 2-0. A minute plus played here at the Coliseum. 14,000 plus the sellout, nearly 15,000. They sold standing room for this game as well.
Okay, what Seattle is doing now, running and jumping, doing a lot of traffic and there's a three-pointer there by Kenny Smith. But what they want to do is try to up the tempo of the game here. Try to get Houston to take quick shots.
What you'd like to Seattle try to do once a made basket is come out of the backcourt a lot faster than Gary Payton is doing. Smith is up, nuisance pressure. Now they're working against the clock. It's down to 10.
Kemp with 5, Payton with 4. Gary Payton, who played down the road at Oregon State, has the first Seattle points.
Derek McKee is a designated double team guy along with Ricky Pierce, and they're going to leave him a lot.
Olajuwon sets it up for Otis Thorpe. Thorpe leads all players in the playoffs with a 63% field goal percentage. On shots like that, it'll only go up.
Yeah, any other big man in this league do that, put it on the floor and go around and then still make the pass. Beautiful move by Ricky Pierce then.
Here's the Sonics leading scorer.
Every time Olajuwon gets it, there's going to be a double team. This time an interception.
Gary Payton, no numbers there for Seattle. Over Ori, and he is fouled by the rookie.
Olajuwon shows the ball, and that's what gets the defense reacting, and Otis Thorpe is right in there for the easy do.
And here come Ricky Pierce, and he got challenged there, but he just got it. A semi-hook shot right over the top for 2.
Payton, a 77% free throw shooter on the season. As his third point, 7-5, the Houston lead with 9:13 left in this opening period. Both teams beat Phoenix in Phoenix this year. In fact, Seattle had a winning record against the Suns, 3-2. Houston was 2-2. Ori. That's a three-pointer. Robert Ori with 5.
See, when a team traps you, you must attack that trap. You must go to score against a trap, and that's what Houston is doing. They're not just taking the trap and then setting up. They're going to score against it.
Olajuwon sweeps off his second rebound. It's Maxwell sneaking in, foul by Perkins.
First rule of defense is to stop the ball, but Mad Max was in a sprint, and all of the Sonics were retreating. You see, no one comes to him. Everyone is reaching in from the outside. You're not going to be able to stop a quick guy like Maxwell until he gets into the heart of the defense. He thought he was shooting. They say no.
Ori having trouble getting the ball in.
I thought he was shooting too.
You talked to the officials before the game. I guess you don't know him as well as you thought.
Yeah, well, they know I'm sitting on the sideline right now. They would have gave me that foul.
Three-pointer for Smith is off the mark, and it's Kemp the other way to Payton. Pierce, offensive foul, no basket. The foul against Pierce. He cleared room with a shoulder.
Well, this is an excellent call here because what happened is Maxwell really didn't go for the pump fake. He just stayed down, and what Ricky did was threw his shoulder into Maxwell to cause the offensive foul. Good defense by Maxwell.
And here comes McKee, and we'll see if the Sonic defense can force a mistake, but right now the Houston Rockets are playing with a lot of poise.
Inside to Thorpe. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
This is a different Houston Rocket team than I've ever seen before. They're not forcing shots. They're really looking for the open man and looking for the best shot available. And usually they're jacking it up from everywhere.
Ori way off the mark. Side of the board was battling the clock. They didn't get a very good play out of that.
You give Rudy Tomjanovich all the credit for creating the atmosphere for this team to grow up and mature and to be able to respect one another and to know that if I pass the ball, I'm going to get it back. In past years, when they passed it, it was going because I wasn't getting it back, and that's just the end of that game. So you never knew which team was going to show up, the selfish team or the unselfish team.
Payton from the side. Olajuwon's third rebound. Pass by Maxwell, and Thorpe with a slam. He has 4, and Houston's lead is up to 7.
See, that's what dribble penetration do for you? It'll create a lot of easy layups or dunk shots. And Maxwell's done that, what, 2 times in this quarter so far.
Right now, the Sonics have no idea of how they want to score. Even though they get that 3 ball from Sam Perkins, there's some confusion in how they want to attack the Houston Rockets.
The new Sam Perkins since coming to Seattle. The green light is on for him to go after those 3 points. He used to challenge Mike Dunleavy with the Lakers in their practices from long range. Olajuwon is fouled. Timeout, 6:47 left in the quarter.
Again, they don't get to Maxwell and stop him with the ball. The penetration breaks the defense down. Otis Thorpe with a hammer.
Houston with the early lead by 4. Sam Perkins, he has found that 3-point range here in Seattle. We asked him yesterday what other specific roles for him against Houston.
For us to really be effective, I'll have to really run the lanes, really run up and down the court so that Keem has to work or Otis have to work, or they have to keep an eye on our big people. Our front court have to be especially active so they can, so the back court can have a decent look at the basket.
It's interesting, the hustle making Hakeem run, try to tire him out. Don't be walking down the court.
He's been Hakeem has been averaging over like 40 minutes a game in the series. So you figure in a game 7 like this, he's been playing that many minutes. They only had 1 day's rest. Sam wants to get him and tire him out, especially in the second half.
Olajuwon's first points of the game. He has 3 rebounds. McMillan makes his first appearance for Seattle.
This is the first time the Sonics have come down and looked like they really had an idea of how they want to attack. Bad shot from Payton.
Olajuwon another board. Rockets are 5 for 8, 63%. When they shoot over 50% in the playoffs, they're 5-0.
Trying to drop the ball inside.
Olajuwon, a great catch and then a foul by Seattle.
Not only a great catch, but that was a pretty pass by Horry to set Olajuwon up. What happened was Sam was playing on the high side. Hakeem spun. He was wide open. The ball got delivered right at the right time. Here it is right here. Up high enough for Hakeem to get it, because if that pass is a little lower, that's a steal for Sam Perkins. So credit Robert Horry with an excellent entry pass.
Instead, Perkins with 2 quick fouls, more than 6 minutes left in this first quarter.
And Steve, you know I like passers anyway.
Oh, really?
See, those guys don't get the credit. Usually the guys who dunking the ball get all the credit.
Magic Johnson, this is an anniversary. 4 years ago, he won his 2nd most valuable player award.
It seemed like yesterday.
2nd of 3. It's been all MJ. 6 straight years, and MJ has been the MVP. Payton. Tipped out by Olajuwon to Maxwell. Smith 1-on-3. And a reach in on Payton.
Okay, when you're tired, the first thing that goes are your legs. And what's happening right now, and Steve and I have been talking about, it seems like the Seattle SuperSonics legs are a little dead right now. They don't have the energy that Coach Carl wanted to have here in the first quarter.
Maybe nothing to inspire this crowd either.
Sean Kemp, who feels he has to be a catalyst, is yet to really get anything going to excite them. Gary Payton may be sensing some pressure to produce a bigger game offensively than he has to. He's taken some shots which normally are shots on the move. He's a better jump shooter when he's standing facing the basket. They force him to shoot the ball on the move, and he's missed all of those shots, and he may be trying to come back with a Kenny Smith-type game here in Game 7.
Crowd responding to the defensive effort of Seattle as Houston having trouble getting the ball in play. Olajuwon moves down into the hole. Michael Cage in for Seattle. Perkins out. Horry, another for Robert Horry. What a pick he was. 11th man selected in last year's draft. Latrell Sprewell, Golden State, a teammate, picked in the first round as well.
if you really want to know why they're playing well, the Houston Rockets, it's because they're making 4 or 5 passes. See, what happened with Seattle is maybe 2 passes or 1 pass and a shot. So they're not getting any flow or any rhythm right now. But Houston Rockets are making 5 or 6 passes before their first shot.
Well, Kemp already has doubled his scoring total of the last game with that last basket. 2 points. He had 1 in Houston.
Foul on number 10.
Okay, what's happening here is that they're going to have a pick and roll here. They're going to come off the pick and roll, but he's going to pass out of the pick and roll and make 4 or 5 passes. Okay, there's 1, 2, and a shot. Beautiful. That's how you have to move it. When a team is trapping you, you have to move it around and get it to the open man for a good shot. And that's what Houston is doing out of the trapping of Seattle.
See, I sound just like a coach. He made 2 passes. It was beautiful. He didn't get that 4 or 5 passes.
Well, that time they didn't need 4 or 5 passes because the man was open after 2 passes.
But who's counting? Kenny Smith has 5 points to double the lead. Smith, who had 30 in game 6. McKee fighting his way to the basket, and the foul will go against Houston. Only the 2nd team foul on the Rockets. It goes against Horry.
McKee trying to get himself going. Horry reached in, and again, it was one of those phantom fouls. Really didn't look like he got any contact, and Horry is shooting the ball very, very well. They got to keep him in the game.
Check it, that foul went to Otis Thorpe now, we understand officially, so Horry with 1.
See, that was their first real post-up pass inside to a man for Seattle.
Eddie Johnson, the veteran, comes in and nails his first shot, a 2-pointer.
Well, Eddie Johnson was out here shooting early for about 30, 40 minutes, and he's trying to get his shot on, and there's a good sign for him to hit that first one.
He started hot in this series, but he's been icy the last 5 games. They need for him to shoot well.
You see, McKee has a tough job in trying to control Maxwell. That time, the quickness of Maxwell is what beat him off the dribble, but it again shows the versatility of McKee, the fact that he's 6'9", in the backcourt guarding somebody.
McKee gets his hands on it, but Houston controls. 2-on-2, Smith. He fires off the glass.
That was Houston's first real quick shot. They've been setting up on offense and really getting a good shot. That was their first real quick shot.
McKee and Michael Cage can't connect. McKee gets it back. And Horry has the rebound.
All of those perimeter shots have to go in because Olajuwon is not giving up anything in the paint. So they're aware that Olajuwon is there. He's coming, he's covering. They call a foul against Otis Thorpe.
So that'll be his 2nd.
Look, you see Thorpe coming up underneath, and he got the arm. Otherwise, it should have been over the back.
Yeah. Otherwise, or it should have been. Which one?
Wait a minute now, Magic. You're confusing me. I thought it was the coaching you were doing. Now he's starting his first quarter doing the officiating. We'll never know where he's going to go.
Okay, with Houston, they just came down. They took 2 quick shots, and it was really tough. So they can't get into a run-and-shoot game with Seattle.
Time up. Game 7, 33-year-old veteran for the Sonics, Ricky Pierce, leading his team in scoring against the Rockets, and you pull out all stops now. He says that he hadn't done this for a while. Before the game, writing the name Carl, his father, who passed away 3.5 years ago and was his inspiration, making him think about the man who helped him to be strong and hopefully to play big today. 10-point lead for the visitors from Houston. This series hardly kind to the team on the road. Kemp double team. Michael Cage on the drive. And Olajuwon with a foul.
That was poor scouting report. Here, you don't run out at Michael Cage. You make him shoot the jump shot. And Robert Horry should have known better, because you know that Michael Cage wants to drive. So what you do is you let him sit out there with the ball and let him come to you. Instead, he ran out there, and that's why he got the foul.
Olajuwon has that perplexed look because it looked like Cage led with the elbow, but he got the call anyway.
Cage, we're about to say, not a very good free throw shooter on the year, shot under 47%.
Well, his job, Michael Cage's job for the Seattle SuperSonics, to play good defense and rebound basketball. And only time he is able to shoot is off of offensive rebound.
Houston continues to lead by 10, a very quiet home quarter. Remember 2 weeks ago in the final game of the Utah series, Seattle scored only 30 points the entire first half, but came back with 70 in the second. Herrera ripped down by Kemp. Olajuwon almost had the ball, and the fans thought almost a foul. Cage from outside. Off Kemp, out of bounds to Houston.
See, you got to play smarter than that. See, you're at home. You know that you're not a good jump shooter. So why take the jump shot in Michael Cage? Right now, this is game 7. You can take a jump shot in game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But in game 7, you can't take them shots because you know you can't make them anyway. So give it to somebody else. Let them shoot the jumper. Ricky Pierce, Eddie Johnson, those are your jump shooters.
Nate McMillan, one of the top defensive guards in the league, with a steal. Well, that's what Seattle does best. They led the league in turnovers, led the league in steals, and they convert a quick 2 off that one.
See, that got this crowd going. That was their first layup that they got in the game so far.
Out of bounds was McMillan as he tried to make the save.
One of the few mistakes that Horry has made here in the first quarter. He thought he was going to be able to feed, and he wasn't. And then at the other end, it's Nate McMillan with great vision. McKee over the top.
Houston 22, Seattle 14. Closing minute and a half of the first quarter.
They want to try to get the ball to Olajuwon down on the box and make something happen after the double team comes to him.
Maxwell with 8. Rebound to Cage. Good hustle by the Rockets defense. They denied the break, but could not stop Ricky Pierce, who has 4.
And there's your jump shooters. See, get the ball to the guys who can shoot them jump shots. That's what Ricky Pierce is out there for, and they got it going.
Foul on Cage as Olajuwon goes up for a quick jumper. First on Michael, who played at San Diego State. And you know that George Karl loves Michael Cage. He just talks glowingly about what a hard work. He gives you what he has.
And Olajuwon is going to take everything that he has and make him bring some more. When he's down on the box, you have to fight for every spot on the floor. That time, Cage finally gave up that good post-up position, tried to reach in, and that's what caused the foul. You cannot let Olajuwon receive the ball, because once he gets it down in a solo situation, he's going to get a shot.
Matt Bullard makes his first appearance. Another good three-point shooter at 6'10" is Bullard. He is in for Robert Horry.
Let's see if Seattle goes for 2 for 1 here. They try to get up a quick shot where they can get the last shot of the quarter.
Pierce blocked by Olajuwon, his first today, his 28th of the series. No one has ever blocked 30 shots in NBA history in a playoff series. He needs 2 more.
Well, they keep bringing it to him, and he's going to keep chasing it. Pierce wanted a foul, thought he got hit underneath. Shot clock at 4.
McKee kicked in by Nate McMillan. Going to double check, and Olajuwon was credited with a block earlier, so he is 1 away from doing something no defensive player ever has accomplished. Maxwell for 3. With 7 seconds on the clock, Out of bounds to Houston.
Well, Maxwell got bailed out that time. He took a quick shot when he should have been really looking to take that shot maybe up under 5 seconds, but he took it at 10 seconds, and they got a lucky break there with 7 seconds on the shot clock here.
Smith with a fine drive. Kenny Smith. And Houston back on top by 8. Oh, Eddie Johnson, who hit one just like that earlier in the series at the end of the third quarter, game 2. And at the end of the first period, Houston leads by 8. Many have said that is for the NBA championship, but don't tell the 3 teams that are still alive here on the western side.
Especially the Phoenix Suns. Charles and company, they don't want to hear that.
Cage has it knocked away. It appeared to be Scott Brooks with a hand on it.
Well, 5 seconds to shoot now. The shot clock winding down. They don't know.
McKee gets it off. And Johnson gives them a new 24.
What George Karl said yesterday, you can see that it's apparent. The Sonics are not a real good half-court team. They don't want to have to play in the half-court a lot. Turnover.
Olajuwon reaching around with a steal, and Hakeem with all of his blocks. And to talk about that, you forget that he also had 150 steals this year to lead the club.
He's always in the top, 10 in steals every year since he's been in the league.
Hakeem, what a great player he is.
Now that's the real Nigerian nightmare right there. You can say Okoye in football, but this guy here presents so many problems on both ends of the floor that if you allow him to bother you defensively, you get no inside shots, and offensively, you have to give help or he's going to score.
Ricky Pierce with his 6th point.
And don't I know that personally.
Well, Hakeem with 20 points and 11 rebounds every year in the league, 9 straight years. Boy, they didn't come close to getting a shot off. Rudy says, hey.
Here's the nightmare in full bloom right now. Inside, he forces McKee to lose control of the basketball. Back at the other end in a one-on-one situation, Page can't contain him. McKee is too late, and when he's that deep, he's going to get a score.
Meanwhile, George Karl sends back 3 starters. Perkins, Payton, and Kemp are in now for the Sonics. Eddie Johnson and Nate McMillan rounding out the 5. Kemp, well, he scored 3 points in a game, a quarter, in this one. Sean Kemp.
Well, the reason for that is because, see, when he's in the ball game, Hakeem Olajuwon guards him, so he has to shoot over a bigger man than he's normally playing against.
Ricky Pierce draws the foul. Appeared to be on Maxwell, and with it a timeout. 9:49 remaining in this opening half in Seattle, where Houston leads by 8. 28-21 the Rocket lead. Free throws, Seattle now 2 for 5. Houston 8 for 8.
They gave that foul to Herrera, so that's his first, but the Rockets now have a team on the floor in which the Sonics can make up some ground. Brooks, Bullard, Herrera, Winston Garland, and Olajuwon. And Olajuwon is going to have to anchor a very nervous group right now.
Well, because all those 4 guys can't make their own shot. So they're going to have to go into Hakeem, and then he's going to have to pass out much like he just did then to make shots for those guys.
Bullard unable to hit the 3. Kemp with 5 rebounds. Brooks hawking Payton. He and McMillan got into it earlier in the series. Both fine for a little wrestling match. Perkins to Payton. Olajuwon was very smart there. Didn't go up for the block. Knew it would have been goaltending. Let it go.
But he scared him, Dick. He scared him. He knew it. Hakeem was waiting on him, and that's why he didn't finish the play.
Battling for the offensive board. Fans thought he fouled to get it.
They're not smooth in their offense anymore, Houston Rockets. They're really just, they don't know exactly what they want to do now. They had Seattle in that situation. Now they're in that situation.
Herrera, the first native Venezuelan to play in the NBA, has his first bucket today.
Down at the end of the floor, the Rockets are going to have to rely on Olajuwon, and they can't find him in the spots that they want to. So it's a chance for the Sonic defense to really be disruptive. They've also got a mismatch with Pierce against Garland.
Foul was on number 22, Winston Garland.
See what Olajuwon does to the shooter.
Well, here he comes. Peyton cuts through the lane, and Akeem said, well, I think I'm going to jump. No, I'm not going to jump. Oh, missed dunk there by Sean Kemp. But see, Akeem, he does that to everybody because he's blocked so many shots in this series. He made Peyton pull up earlier than he really wanted to.
And Kemp knew that Olajuwon was in the area on that last dunk try.
See, this group that's out there is not as good at the three-point line, although Bullard can knock those shots down. They need to have those three-point shooters in there so they can spread the floor.
Peyton loses it. To show you the kind of team Houston has on the floor, Scott Brooks and Matt Bullard are two players not even drafted out of college who have made this club, and they've made it because of their obvious determination and working on limited skills. Brooks, tough defender, and he hits his first shot.
Well, who set him up? Akeem again. Olajuwon went, got triple team. He threw the ball out to Brooks and Brooks knocked the shot down.
You sound like his campaign manager.
Well, I've been in this situation a few times, so I understand what Olajuwon is trying to do.
Eddie Johnson off to Kemp. Oh, my! That was Jordan-esque.
That was athleticism at his best right there.
Olajuwon with that jump hook. Rebound Kemp. 6 rebounds for Sean Kemp. Pierce over Garland. And Ricky Pierce, who has led Seattle in scoring in this series, has 10 to lead them today.
Well, you remember talking to George Carl yesterday. He said, I'm worried about Ricky Pierce's old legs. Will he have fresh legs for tomorrow's game? And right now, he's got fresh legs, and he's shooting the ball extremely well.
Knocked out of bounds by Eddie Johnson on the deflection.
What does Olajuwon create? He creates the very best and some of the very worst. Kemp trying to come out the other side because he knows Olajuwon is coming, and then he has to make an adjustment. All of these shots are high degree of difficulty because of the presence of Olajuwon, but he has the gift to be able to make adjustments in midair to get this one to go in.
Is that all you gonna say?
That's all you can say.
Woo! That was, you supposed to say, oh, he went in, double pump, and put it in.
Back in Seattle with an eye on the budding superstar Sean Kemp, and NBC, of course, is an equal opportunity employer. We heard what Snapper Jones had to say about Kemp. Your turn, Magic.
Well, the only way you can get a shot off on a shot block is to take it right at him and say, oh, I'm a double clutch on the other side and score. And that's what Sean Kemp did.
Could you do that?
Oh, could I? Oh, no. I might pull all the muscles in my body trying to go up on the other side. My hang time about 10 seconds. Up and down.
Inside goes Herrera. Garland gets the rebound and the foul. George Karl leaping off the bench across the way, thought it was a clean block.
I don't know what for, because what happened was there was a great block on the first try here. I think that was Sam Perkins who came over. No, Ricky Pierce came over, and then excellent pump fake, and he got hit. But what is he jumping for? It was a good call by the referee.
Foul on McKee, his first.
You know what he's jumping for. He wants some help. He's the coach. You know, you're soon to be one of those if you don't watch out, and you'll be jumping up and down yourself.
Well, he'll get some hang time then, won't he? Just Lloyd doesn't hang himself getting in that job.
You got that right.
Houston now perfect 10 for 10 from the line. Peyton the other end.
They're going to the hot man, which is Ricky Pierce.
Second chance for McKee. He has 4.
Olajuwon got a quick breather. He's a great defensive rebounder. They haven't had a lot of second opportunities. He's coming back in the ball game now to make sure that they don't get out more.
Very small Houston team on the court now. Garland, Brooks, Herrera, Horry, and Thorpe. Thorpe playing
for Olajuwon, and now here comes Hakeem back in.
Substitution. Replacing number 7, Carl.
With Olajuwon off, you can see how deep everybody is pushed in underneath. Derek McKee just picks it up and spoons it back in.
Works his way with a left hand. Otis Thorpe has 6.
And give Rudy Tom Johnson credit, because what he did was he used the TV timeout to get Hakeem rest, and then he brought him right back after that, because I tell you, the guy got to be tired, but he's using the TV timeout to their advantage.
Rudy T is going to send his starting guards back in, too. They're getting ready to return Maxwell and Smith. Garland, who's played for Golden State, the Clippers, Denver, and his first year in Houston. Horry for 3. Elijah with Perkins on a jump ball.
And somebody forgot to box him out. The best man on the court. You can't leave him and not box him out. Now watch Hakeem come out of nowhere here and just, hey, come over the top. Good effort right there by Olajuwon. I mean, he's all over this place, all over the court, just making plays defensively and offensively.
Hakeem, meaning a wise one or doctor in Arabic. And in terms of a man who had never played this game, he was a team handball star in his native Nigeria. Hadn't seen a game till he came to the United States. UCLA and Bill Walton was his first memory of this game. He's become pretty smart.
Well, that's the scary part, and that tells you about his quickness and his athleticism. And on top of it, he's got a tremendous scoring touch. Picks up a personal foul, his second. They did a good thing that time by challenging him out on the floor.
There he is against the rest of the league. First in blocks, 4th in scoring, 4th in boards, and 13th in steals and field goal percentage. A top candidate, to be certain. That's going to be announced sometime next week.
And the thing about it is that it's too bad you can't have 2 MVPs, because you know Charles Barkley's going to win it. He deserves it. But Olajuwon deserves it as well.
Thorpe makes the steal. Goes to Hakeem, back out to Smith. Thorpe muscles for the rebound. And the foul.
Reaching in. Sean
That
Kemp
was on
reached
number
in.
40, Sean Kemp, his second.
You know, it's funny. We're sitting here, and it's 4 minutes to go to the half. Well, right here, you're going to see the offensive board right here by Otis Thorpe, and then Sean reached in right here and fouled him. But it's 4 minutes to go, and it's only 36-28. And the tempo is all Houston. They wanted this slowed down game. They have taken the crowd out of the game, and they've responded by also shooting the ball pretty well from the outside.
Otis Thorpe low on his team from the line during the regular season, shooting under 56%. He's really a true power forward at 6'10" and 246. Misses them both. First misses at the line today by the Rockets. Kemp from 18. McKee. Perkins for 3. Olajuwon, boy, what great position he gets for the rebound.
When he's in the game, there are very few second chances, and that really presents a problem for a team like Seattle that thrives on second chance points, getting the ball, pushing you underneath. But you'll see the acceleration of Maxwell is what gets the advantage against Derek McKee. McKee was trying to time his position, couldn't hold it, and that quick burst got him on his heels. Maxwell on the line.
Well, see, Steve, what happens is a little man, you can play a little man in a half-court offense, but where a little man causes you problems is then when he's coming in transition. And believe me, I know, trying to play against Kevin Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, John Stockton, all these guys, when they were coming at me on a break situation, I was at their mercy, much like Derek McKee and trying to guard Maxwell when they're running on the break.
Maxwell's 2 free throws give him 4, and a 10-point Houston lead. 4 to go. No knockout punch thrown by Seattle yet. Not close.
Not even a lot of combinations. That's really the concern. You know, Carl again goes back to that energy thing, and the Houston Rockets can keep unplugging them, or turnover.
Takes it away from McKee. Olajuwon. He won't miss many of those. Wide open.
I think you got to get a timeout here for Seattle to really get them into what they want to run. Because right now, there's a lot of confusion going on.
They just are trying to make it happen, and you see those are tough shots. Olajuwon comes in there and forces up another tough one. They're going to get a jump ball. Every time they drive, Olajuwon hovers.
Boy, he just springs out at you, doesn't he?
Now you watch how high Pierce has to make an adjustment on that shot. And if you don't hit that thing just right, you end up with a miss, and Horry ties him up, and they got a jump ball.
He makes even 5-footers tough percentage shots.
And the thing that's different between him and David Robinson is the fact that one thing about Olajuwon, he almost go after every shot. I mean, every shot, whether he can get it or not. And David will get most around the basket, but Hakeem will even run out on a jump shooter and try to block his shot.
Kemp goes out with only 4 points as Michael Cage replaces him. Boy, it looks like he's got a coat hanger in those shoulders, doesn't he?
See if they can get the ball to Sam Perkins down on the box. He's a good low post player, but they're not going through it.
Ooh, Perkins barely saving that pass. 7 on the clock as McMillan hits from the side. McMillan, not known for his shooting prowess, has 4.
But Dick, he's really improved since the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, he's really added to his game.
Good play by Derek McKee. Loose ball, and McKee just fly swatted it ahead to Pierce.
The reason for the success of the play, they double-teamed Kenny Smith. He didn't pass the ball before the double team got there.
Maxwell quiets the crowd as he nails a 3. That's the launching pad for the Rockets.
Well, it was a beautiful dribble penetration by Kenny Smith. And then he kicked it back out to Maxwell for an easy 3-point shot.
And they're trying to isolate Olajuwon away from the hoop and get the ball to Ricky Pierce so he can come off the wing.
Blocked on that occasion. Horry got a piece of Pierce. 3 on the clock and the turnover. Olajuwon to Maxwell.
But Dick, that was a beautiful play because Nate McMillan had the steal, and what Maxwell did was tipped it right over, and I don't know right here if Maxwell's hurt or not.
No,
I mean, not
McMillan.
Maxwell, excuse me, McMillan.
Looked like as Maxwell broke by him that he might have taken a part of the anatomy of Maxwell in the jaw. That's not the kind of knockout punch we were alluding to earlier. Let's just see how that did occur. Perhaps it's when he fell going after the ball.
After Olajuwon makes the steal, McMillan is trying to stretch out and make a save. And he comes down face first.
Ooh. We have cut his chin, but is obviously not serious. Timeout.
All right, welcome back to Seattle Coliseum. Dan Hicks courtside as the Seattle trainer works on Nate McMillan. He indeed took a shot on the chin as he dove for a loose ball. They are taping it up right now, but I just talked to the trainer, and they said they will indeed give him a couple stitches at halftime to make sure that the wound stays shut in the second half. But he should be playing in the second half. Let's go back to Dick.
Well, our boxing analogy continues. Frank Furtado, the cut man for Seattle. And he really
see how he got it. I mean, face first. That's why they call it hardwood. It'll split something.
Seattle fighting against Houston's biggest lead, 11, as Pierce guns. He leads the Sonics with 14.
I tell you, if it wasn't for Ricky Pierce playing this well, Seattle would really be down in a hole.
Won't go down for Vernon Maxwell. It's Pierce with a rebound. Pass to Perkins, blocked by Olajuwon, goaltending.
There's an example of what you talked about. Comes after everything on the dead sprint. Perkins looks like he's wide open, and out of nowhere, Olajuwon hand shows up to get a piece of the ball.
That man should be Mr. They should call him Mr. Hustle, because he hustles and he's after every loose ball, every shot. He's really been involved, that being Hakeem Olajuwon.
Turnover, Maxwell to Payton. And
Olajuwon. Look at how he hustled to go down for the rebound. He beat the little guys back there.
But see, now this is not Houston's game right now. See, they're playing Seattle's game right now. They're going quick. They're shooting quick, and they're trying to do things they can't do, and they're turning the ball over. That's what you don't want to do against Seattle.
Smith fouled with just under 39 seconds to go in the half.
You talk about big men and being able to run. Olajuwon has been one of the best throughout his career. You'll see how he hustles down, gets a defensive rebound to keep the Sonics from getting another opportunity. This first half has Olajuwon written all over it at the defensive end. You don't get anything inside without knowing that he's around.
Led the team with 13 rebounds on the season. He has 8 in the first half. Bullard comes in.
Can you imagine, Dick and Steve, if Houston wins, they would have in the Final Four, well, I wouldn't say the Final Four, the NBA Final Four, all the candidates for the MVP. Every top guy in the league.
And only the Suns not in the top defensive category. When we say defense wins playoffs, that's certainly bearing out. New York and Chicago, top 2 teams will go at it in the East. These 2 teams are 3 and 4 overall in the top defensive teams in the West.
Well, Olajuwon's going to get a quick breather. They close the half out, but see if Seattle gets something going to the hole.
Pierce. And it's Cage fighting for the 2. 23 seconds, so the shot clock is off.
Well, at least he knows, unless they do something here that's stupid in terms of Houston, at least Rudy T knows that he's going to go in no further than 7 down, but if they shoot quick, it could be 5.
Oh, no-look pass with 3. Bullard. Oh, my, with 7/10 of 1 second left in the half. Bullard drops a 3. No shot. And Houston leaves the court as happy as they could be. Bullard accentuating a first half. The Rockets lead by 10. Ready for the second half. One lingering statistic. We talked about Seattle's ability to take the ball away defensively, and yet Houston only 4 turnovers committed in the first half. If they can play that kind of protect the ball pace, the Rockets will be tough to beat. There you see the leading scorers. Good balance for Houston, and only one man putting it in the bucket for Seattle, Ricky Pierce.
Pierce's job is to keep them close, to keep them in contact, and hope that Eddie Johnson or Sean Kemp or Derek McKee finally get a hot hand and give him a little bit of a help at the offensive end. And we'll find out if the Sonics come up with some sort of game plan to get Kemp the ball where he has a chance to score.
Same 5s that started for both teams, and Payton barely saving Kemp's pass. 5 on the clock, and Payton. Olajuwon, Kemp took it away from him. And the foul. Ori is the first player in the game to pick up number 3.
Kemp has said he has to be the catalyst and trying to do so at the offensive end. He and Olajuwon battle for the ball at top 3, and Ori reaches in, gets him across the line. They've got to get a big game from the Rain Man here in the second 24 minutes.
Only a second. Remember earlier in the half, first half, it was Ori that did not get a foul. It went instead to Thorpe. So no one on either side in foul trouble. 2 the most any player is strapped with. And Kemp has his 5th and 6th points and the first of the second half.
Here comes that full court pressure. And right now they're going to try to just run and jump, make them use some clock. That is, Houston wants Seattle wants Houston, to use some clock and take them out of their set.
Smith to Hakeem. Offensively, can't connect. Seattle with a chance, but no one wanted the shot. Pierce clearing the way with 10. Perkins. Well done. First 4 points of the second half to Seattle. Maxwell answers for Houston. He has 11.
He froze Kemp that time. I don't think he thought he was going to actually shoot that ball.
McKee in the second chance. Hakeem knocks it out to Smith, and Maxwell a free pass.
Beautiful pass by Kenny Smith, though, to get it out to him and let him just run up under it, Dick, and lay that ball in.
What happens when you play out of desperation? Sometimes you tire very quickly. Let's see if the Sonics can keep coming up with second efforts here early in the third quarter inside the Perkins. Left it short.
Here to be Thorpe on the foul.
Vernon Maxwell attacked the pressure, and that's the reason he was able to get off an early opportunity. And in an open court, all he wants to do is make sure he's got control of the ball for another easy two.
Sam Perkins goes to the line as Thorpe has committed his third.
Dick, remember we were talking about that knockout punch or that blow that knocked you down. Here it comes. It seems like right now Seattle has picked up their intensity. They're hitting the board, and Houston is going to have to withstand what is about to be thrown at them. And so far, 4 quick points by Seattle, 4 quick return points by Houston. So that jab that they threw in terms of Seattle, Houston threw a jab right back.
8-point game. Bob Arum and Don King are listening. You two men might have work after this. Horry is short. McKee holding off Thorpe to make the play, and Thorpe will get the foul. That's number 4. So he'll come out immediately. Herrera replaces him.
So the first break goes to Seattle as the ball is short, and you can see McKee had an arm inside. Thorpe trying to get around him.
Depended on the angle that you saw that. Chance for Seattle to get within a half dozen. Payton in the first half brings the Sonics within 6. His third.
See, when you got the crowd going crazy like this, you don't want to pick up cheap fouls like this. That's George Carl's reaction right there. He didn't want that cheap foul because, see, the crowd is going crazy, and you want to keep that.
Horry, a beautiful pass, but Herrera denied by Kemp, but a foul. His third.
Kemp was right in his face to tell him no cheap stuff in here today. Herrera goes up strong, but Kemp comes hard and quick. He thought he got all of it. Yes.
Like that. Yeah, here we go. I like that. That's the way it's supposed to be. No layups. This is the no layup rule now. In the playoffs, there's no layups allowed. You go to the free throw line. See? You made him miss. So if you knew if you let him have a dunk, that's an easy 2. Now he has to go make 2. He missed the first one. Let's see what happened on second.
Herrera at 6'9". He was the center on the Venezuelan Olympic team. They went 2-5 in Barcelona. Through the maze of distractions, Herrera 1 out of 2 and has 3 points in the game. 9 to go in the third.
Now Seattle's going to have to make their move now. You got Otis Thorpe on the bench.
Here's for 3. And suddenly it's a 4-point game. Last time Seattle this close, it was 12-8. Herrera scores. Does it count? No. Charging on Herrera.
Dick, that was a bad play by Carl. He should have kicked it right here to Elijah Wise. He's wide open. Instead he tried to make the play itself, and that's where the charge came in. He should have kicked it to the open man.
Kemp from outside. 53-51 Houston, and Rudy Tomjanovich is going to call a timeout, I believe. Murray was going to get it in there. They do. Oh, throws up a prayer and kisses it home. 10 for Olajuwon.
And he's their anchor, and whenever they get in trouble at either end of the floor, he's the guy that's going to have to bail them out. Now they're trying to get the ball back to Sean Kemp.
And here's a steal by Olajuwon to Herrera with Perkins to beat. Perkins does a good job, but there's Olajuwon, omnipresent. Maxwell, but again it was Hakeem who got the ball, kept it alive. 6-point game. That was a big trip for Houston.
Big steal by Hakeem, I should say, because that took some of the momentum out of Seattle.
There he is. He chased it, kicked it back in.
Sam Perkins with 11.
You got 2 or 3 Houston Rockets still in the backcourt. Look like they're tiring right now.
2-point try. Hakeem out hustling Pierce for the loose ball. It's 10 rebounds for Hakeem. Foul. And the pace becoming frantic here at the Seattle Coliseum. 4th foul on Sean Kemp.
Olajuwon makes a good read to clear the ball, and Horry comes strong. Kemp comes back at him to pick up his 4th personal foul.
Hakeem Olajuwon. You saw Tom Jonovich get the ball to the big man, and so they did.
And Olajuwon showing his balance. He's knocked off, but when he shot the ball, he had great presence to be able to get that one away. You'll see the reactions with his hands, some of the quickest in the league, not just for a center, but anybody. And then hustling down to keep the ball alive to give Vernon Maxwell one more chance to keep Houston on top.
See 2 points, you see a steal, and you see a rebound all in the same sequence. Here you see his numbers, 10 and 10, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 3 assists, 1 block away from becoming the first ever in a playoff series, any series in NBA history, to collect 30.
Well, superstars rise to the occasion. This is a big, big game. You saw that Charles Barkley did it at San Antonio, Michael Jordan at Cleveland, Patrick Ewing down in Charlotte series, and now you're seeing it right here with Hakeem Olajuwon playing in this game here.
Robert Horry scored 7 all in the first quarter. That's his first point since. A 5-point Houston lead after Seattle had pulled within 2.
See if the Rockets can reestablish themselves defensively, where they make the Seattle SuperSonics take more time off the clock and then shoot the ball going away.
Derek McKee. He has 6.
Good pass by Sam Perkins. Matter of fact, he told Derek to cut. He nodded to Derek to cut before he could make that pass to him.
Olajuwon fall away, 10-footer for 12.
Now they should come right back to Sam. See, that's what I understand about teams. Come right back to Sam, you can get a good shot again, because Herrera cannot guard Sam Perkins down low.
Olajuwon clears to Kenny Smith. And the former Tar Heel drills the 15-footer for his 11th point.
Okay, now, we're Seattle now. If they want to get close again, go to Sam Perkins. Now he has Maxwell.
Right now.
Oh.
Olajuwon pulls down another.
He took his headset off. He can't take it. He just threw it down. He's driving him crazy.
I bet I'd never be a coach. See, they went to the mismatch. Give Houston credit. They saw that Eddie Johnson was on Hakeem, and they went down and to him.
And Maxwell outside for the 3. And a foul on a push underneath by Carl Herrera, his 3rd.
Can we go back to that play again?
Now he's going to produce. Now he's going to be the videotape engineer.
If we got that.
Sonics with the ball in a 7-point deficit. McMillan back in with a big bandage on his chin. Dana Barros, his first appearance. He's in the game seconds and hits a 2. Barros, one of the better 3-point shooters in the league.
Well, that's the reason that George Karl brought him into the game for his outside shooting and his scoring.
And a turnover.
And the crowd, Dick, loves the little man, Dana Barrow. The crowd really gets behind him when he comes into the game.
A little bit of that confusion we talked about that the six-man and the crowd can create. Houston making more turnovers here in the third quarter than they did in the first 24 minutes. They're so rushing out.
Over Elijah, McKee can't hit. Top shot by Perkins. The former Los Angeles Laker and Dallas Maverick has 13. Back to a three-point game. 4.5 to go in the third. Elijah double team. McMillan. Maxwell got a hand on it. McMillan saves. Eddie Johnson to tie. At 62. The first time it's been even since the opening tip-off. Back at the Coliseum in Seattle as they chant Eddie, Eddie for Eddie Johnson, who's 3, capping a 7-0 run by the Sonics to tie it at 62. 3:58 left in the third.
Let's see if the Houston Rockets regain their composure and get the ball into Olajuwon where he can control things. They've been entering the ball into the post from a bad angle, and he's not been able to really get the spacing that they like.
Last touch by Seattle with 2 seconds on the clock, so Houston has to fancy up something quick. Vernon Maxwell, remember, at the Summit in the last game, fired up a quickie. It's Olajuwon here, right in the bottom of the well.
Remember, we were talking about that knockdown punch. Well, Houston has received it now. Now let's see how they respond, and also see if these last 3:30 that Seattle can keep this pressure on defense up too.
One of the things the Sonics have done to get back in it is get higher percentage shots. They've been going inside and staying close to the rim with McKee and Perkins. They haven't really had to pull the trigger deep out on the floor.
Well, the key has definitely been Sam Perkins.
Beautiful block by McKee. Barrows for 3. That's the first time Seattle has led in the game. 65-64.
Well, like I was telling you, Dana Barrows is in this game because, first of all, number one, fresh leg. Second of all, nobody has been scoring that well, and they brought him in to see if he can give them some scoring.
And it's a foul.
It's a strong, aggressive drive by Kenny Smith to get inside, but a good reaction by Perkins to get a piece of the ball, and then it's Dana Barrows. Nobody comes to him. You can't give a shooter that much daylight.
Foul was on Eddie Johnson, sending Herrera to the line. Sean Kemp returns for the Sonics, and Scott Brooks in for Houston. Herrera 1 for 2 from the line, looking for his 4th point. Played his college ball in Houston with the Cougars. His troubles continue at the line. This one to tie. Bedlam in the Coliseum. Makes it look so easy.
And remember, Seattle's done all this with Sean Kemp and Ricky Pierce on the bench. So they're going to be fresh for the 4th quarter.
This is where they're getting in trouble right now. Trying to enter the post from a bad angle. They're trying to force the issue, and they get the turnover. In the first half, they didn't do that.
Perkins saw Olajuwon was outside, and he immediately made the drive.
Well, Steve, they got the wrong man. Houston has the wrong man trying to enter the post and Vernon Maxwell because Nate McMillan is so much taller than him.
And Vernon Maxwell, as Seattle enjoys its biggest lead, 3, negates it with 1 attempt.
Good pass right there to Kemp, who got fouled by Keith. But that's the last time down for Houston. They let Scott Brooks in there, who got a little man, Dana Brooks, on him, and it made it easier for the entry pass.
3rd foul on the Houston Star.
The team has 3, but there are 2 players out there that have 4. Sean Kemp is 1, Otis Thorpe is the other. Both coaches are gambling right now that they can get another minute and 40 of something out of them without another personal. Horry goes out of the ball game. Bullard, who is a real good perimeter player, back in, but not the passer or ball handler that Horry is.
Kemp makes them both 69-67. 1:39 to go in the 3rd quarter. Seattle sparked in this period by Sam Perkins, 10 points, and a tougher defense.
They're trying to get the ball inside to Olajuwon.
Maxwell with a good fake on Kemp. Olajuwon touched it last. Now he can save it. Perkins didn't want to take any chances. He's still in the crowd. Here he comes. Now he's in the picture. Eddie Johnson. That was a 3. Bullard rebounds, and here comes Scott Brooks, who played at UC Irvine, Southern California.
It's taking them a long time, Houston, to get into something on their offensive end because pressure defense that Dana Burrows has applied.
Bullard with a bat home to tie it at 69.
The Sonics are forcing Hakeem to be trapped in the corner, which is not giving him an angle to throw the ball out. They were lucky to get a score.
Olajuwon got his hands on it. There's his record block. 30th. Does it count? No. There was a whistle before the play. Bullard got the foul.
Coming down the lane, Olajuwon gets his hand on it, then the ball comes up. Again, that just tells you how quick this guy is with his hands and getting off his feet. It's tough to really get anything off when he's in the paint.
Well, the experience of being a soccer player in his native Nigeria, and he has such great feet and coordination, and then the team handball with the quickness of hands, and those two have really translated well for this NBA game.
So you've given us new fundamentals for basketball.
That's what you have to do. Kemp gives Seattle the lead again.
Substitution for Seattle, number 44.
All key is have to play soccer first before they can be a basketball.
A lot of them are. Perkins with 10 in the quarter is rested. Kemp makes his free throws. And with 29 seconds left, the Rockets will try to tie it up. And a push by McMillan. His second. Taking off that protective bandage on the chin. Stitched up at the intermission a couple.
They're going to get Tree Rollins in the game and try to use some extra time for Olajuwon to get him a quick breather here.
Maxwell with a chance to tie. Leads all scorers with 19. And here's the veteran Tree Rollins.
Rollins replaces Olajuwon.
He is now in his 16th season and 13th playoffs. Only Jabbar with 18, Dolph Shays 15, Paul Silas, former Sonic, Robert Parrish 14, have been in more playoffs than former star at Clemson.
Well, the problem here is that Tree Rollins is in the game, but the matchup, who is he going to match up against in this situation? Because now what Coach Carl has done with Seattle, he moved in really all forwards and guards. So they should go, whoever Tree Rollins is guard, they should go at him.
Final seconds, the shot clock and game clock are just a couple of tenths of a second apart.
Sean Kemp must have heard me and said, come here, give me the ball.
Kemp strong to the iron, and he's fouled.
That was smart basketball, Dick. Seattle, as well as Sean Kemp, saw that he had a mismatch with Tree Rollins, so he said, give me the ball, clear out, I'm going to go 1-4 and just take it. Oh, you saw the tree could never even get his feet to move.
It's like a breeze moved the tree. The branches moved, but not the trunk.
Yes. couldn't get them feet to drop step and go backwards.
Well, Kemp has been making hay at the line here in the third period.
Yeah, Kemp has finally gotten into this ball game. He struggled in the first 24 minutes of the game, but now they found a way to get him the ball and get some rhythm. George Karl quickly making some substitutions, getting some defensive players in the game now. Cage back in along with Tate.
Yeah, Maxwell just letting them know that they need him to miss this free throw. And would he oblige? Let's see.
He makes 8 in a row, 8 out of 8 in the game for Sean Kemp, a 3-point Seattle lead. Maxwell, oh, close. And that is the end of the third period. A big quarter for Seattle, outscoring Houston by 13, and that man, Sam Perkins, led the way. 1 quarter or more to go, 73-70, the home team. With the score 73-70 here in Seattle, the fans in Houston, they estimate over 1,000 have gone to the summit to cheer their favorite NBA team. And their cheers, hoping that that'll reflect home court support. As we start this fourth quarter, after Seattle scored 35 in the third, they had 38 the entire first half. A lot of reserves on the floor. Brooks and Bullard out there for Houston. Barros, McMillan, Cage for Seattle. Olajuwon, a starter, can't hit his first shot. McMillan pulls it down.
And Dick, in that third quarter, the front line did most of it.
Little Dana Barros, the smallest Sonic at 5'11", gives them a 5-point lead.
Now they're going to have to rely on their inside game, and Olajuwon and Thorpe, and they're going to have to really try to get Olajuwon some chances to get some offensive rhythm, and they're trying to get the ball to him. Now you can see Cage around his front.
Garland's pass, but Olajuwon can't put it in. Kemp came over to help out, and that's his 5th foul.
The foul on number 40, Sean Kemp, is 5th.
The last time down, they tried to get the ball to Olajuwon, and they forced him out a little bit deeper. But the second time, you see how deep he is. Cage is in front. They lob over the top, and the reaction from the crowd is not a good one because it's a 5th foul against Sean Kemp.
Rudy Tomjanovich told us yesterday that he feels Seattle fronts on defense better than anyone in the league, that they really cause Hakeem Olajuwon trouble. And Cage, of course, that's one of the roles he has to play.
Well, the reason they front because it gets excellent weak side rotation over to the man who they're fronting. That time Sean Kemp came over a little late and didn't get his full body in front of Olajuwon, so that's where the foul occurred.
Kemp out with 5, Perkins replaced him, and Olajuwon 8 for 8 from the line. Johnson.
They got some matchup problems in the Houston Rockets, and they're going to have to be able to control things in order for those matchups really not to burden them. I mean, they're really burdening Olajuwon now with trying to make everything happen at both ends of the floor.
Winston Garland turns down the 17-footer, and then he has it rejected. McMillan. That'll be goaltending on Olajuwon.
The confusion and pandemonium that we talked about is taking place. Garland turned down a good shot, ended up having it turned away, and at the other end, a goaltend by Olajuwon. He's trying to really hold the Houston Rockets together right now.
Perkins with 17 to lead Seattle today. A 7-point advantage, the largest enjoyed by the Sonics. Garland left alone, can't hit, but Olajuwon puts it back. 18 for him.
Well, fatigue is starting to set in more on Houston than Seattle. I think they got a big lift. Seattle did from Dana Barros, but Houston has yet to get a big lift from their bench, and that's what's killing them. Eddie Johnson is playing well off the bench.
Olajuwon forced Johnson to throw it up a bit higher. Here come the Rockets down by 5. Matt Bullard. Knocked away by McMillan, out of bounds to Houston. Olajuwon now with 18 points and 15 rebounds.
When you're in trouble, you have to go with your best player and make some things happen. Olajuwon has been that force all afternoon. He gets the position and the ball to go in, and as Magic pointed out, he chases every shot. You see him fly from underneath to make Eddie Johnson adjust that shot.
Time out. 79-74, the Rockets trail. Horry. And a foul. Fans wanted to travel. Dana Barros looked to be reaching in. No, it's Perkins that gets the foul, his third.
Good decision by Robert Horry, but he didn't put the ball in the air when he got the contact, so they get a new 24 ball on the side. And they got the starting lineup back in, and let's see if they do a better job of executing, getting the ball inside. Michael Cage.
He's fouling Otis Thorpe, his second, no basket. The Rockets led by as much as 11 in the first half. George Karl's team up by as much as 7 here late in the third quarter. Karl, you see that scar on his face? That goes back 30 years. German Shepherd got him on his paper route in Pennsylvania.
Well, right now the bench is really hurting the Houston Rockets. The bench scoring, Seattle has 20 points off their bench. Houston only has 12 points. And that's been the difference.
Olajuwon. Smith for three. A big three to make it 79-77. That'll please the folks watching in the Summit.
But notice again with the starting lineup, they got better spacing, they got a better entry, they got a cleaner look.
Right.
8:45 to go. Johnson for three. And Perkins gives them a new 24.
I'd say right here, you got to go to Sam Perkins. See, right now, he's the only one that can cause you to get double teamed. So if they go into it, he'll make them double team him, and then he can pass out of it.
Perkins leads Seattle with 19.
See, the thing about Sam Perkins is the fact that he can not only shoot from the outside, but he's a good post-up player. And they should use him in these last 8 minutes, especially with Sean Kemp on the bench.
Olajuwon against Michael Cage. Perkins fouled, I believe, by Otis Thorpe. That's right. Rudy T didn't agree. That's 5 on Thorpe.
You see Perkins, and he gets all of the time to work across the middle. And when he can make that control move, he's going to hurt you. And we'll find out whether they run that play to death and make them adjust it. Otis Thorpe has got 5 personal fouls.
You got to keep going to the well until the well is dry. They're coming right back with a good decision. And Derek McKee just wasn't ready for it.
And really sees the floor well, doesn't he?
Clock at 5.
Pierce. Payton, the guard at 6'4", in there to get the rebound. It's the third chance for Seattle on this trip. 81-77 Sonics. 7.5 minutes to go. Pierce over Olajuwon. Perkins, a fourth chance for the Seattle Sonics. Payton.
He should have waited. He didn't need to shoot that shot right there. And Sam Perkins is doing a great job on the offensive board.
Robert Horry.
You see the difference right there, Dick? They ran a play and got the jumper. You get a wide open jumper and an easy jumper, where just the other time for Seattle, they didn't run a play and they took a long, hard jump shot, and that's what you don't want.
6:40 to go. Payton was 2 for 11 from the floor. 2 for 12. But Cage answers. Big play by Michael Cage.
The reason he got that offensive rebound because Olajuwon goes after everything. He went after that shot by Payton and left Cage wide open, and Cage attacked the offensive board.
Thorpe goes up on an assist from Robert Horry, and a foul.
You see Peyton come around. This is a real high degree of difficulty, and Elijah thought he could get there. Cage on the inside squeezes it off.
6:14 left in the fourth quarter. Seattle by 4. Back in beautiful Seattle, the Rockets were born in the NBA in 1967 as the San Diego Rockets, and their first draft choice, well, I'll ask you, Magic.
Well, Pat Riley
out of Kentucky was their #1 pick of the San Diego Rockets, and Riley will be matching wits with Mr. Jackson tomorrow, game 1 at the Garden. The Bulls and the Knicks. That's here on NBC at 3 o'clock Eastern time.
Well, the Rockets were so strong in the first half in making free throws, and they're beginning to unravel here in the second half. And if you ever get in trouble, this is the guy that you want to see under the line. And Otis Thorpe. Thorpe has not been close in any of his 4 attempts.
And Otis Thorpe still looking for that first free throw.
And you can tell he doesn't want to be there either.
6 minutes to go, and Seattle with the ball and a 4-point lead. The winner plays Monday night in Phoenix, game 1 of the Western Finals. Pierce to McKee, and there's Olajuwon's record 30th block, but Seattle gets the 2 anyway. 30 blocks in this series by Olajuwon.
It was good execution of their play. That's what got him that basket. Even though Olajuwon blocked it, it was still good execution.
Olajuwon, an assist to Robert Horry, who has a dozen.
Now the Houston Rockets have finally figured out where this double team is coming from. They're starting to get some cheaper opportunities, throwing the ball to the weak side, Horry over the top.
So I think that right now both teams must go to their stars, Olajuwon and Kemp, to now get offense and either make a shot for themselves or for their teammates.
Pierce inside and going down hard is Horry. He had some troubles earlier in the playoff series against the Clippers. His 3rd foul.
Second team foul of the quarter called against Houston. Substitution.
Horry went down like the shot, but he's back up. Pierce is one of the best at carrying the ball to the rim strong, and he goes up, and it just looked like they made contact, and then on the way down, Horry was off balance.
They looked like they tangled their legs together, and Horry got the bad end of that entanglement when he was tangled with Pierce.
Horry stays in, but Thorpe goes out with Carl Herrera in for Houston.
Now, this is definitely the man that you want at the free throw line, in Ricky Pierce. I mean, career, he's what, 89%, I think, career.
He's one of the best in the league. He shot 89% in the regular season this year, and he's 4 for 4 today, leads all scorers with 21.
The Rockets got to remember it's a 6-point game and keep themselves under control. The ball goes off the foot of one of the Sonics, so they'll get it back.
Well, Vernon right here is trying to bust through all the SuperSonics, and he got lucky here. You can't do that. Just take your time. Oh!
What a pass by Maxwell to Horry.
And he slammed it home. But you just got to take your time once you get over half court. You can't beat 3 defenders like Maxwell tried to do that time.
This is the matchup that they've really been wearing them out with. That's Perkins against Herrera. See if they get the ball back to Perkins.
And Sam Cooley drops it in. 21 for him.
Well, Dick, they finally found out that they could post that guy up in Sam Perkins and get something good out of it. Not only can he score, but he can also make it.
Horry takes it in against Seattle's Perkins, and it's against Sam. Didn't quite establish defensive position is the ruling.
Well, no, it was against Ricky Pierce. Sam was there, but Ricky Pierce got the foul as he hit him before he got to Sam. There it was right there. As you can see here, watch Ricky Pierce slashing right there. There's the foul before he got to Sam.
Sam saying, hey, Ricky, let me know you're going to do that. I won't stand in here quite that long. Got me right in the chest.
Otis Thorpe has come back in the game, got a quick breather. They know that that is a bad matchup. They can't allow Perkins to have that post position. They're going to have to gamble with Thorpe with 5 personal fouls.
The whole season on the line, the final 4.5 minutes, and Robert Horry makes his 2nd out of 5 free throw attempts.
Well, here, defense and offensive execution is going to win it for either team here in these last 4.5 minutes.
A 4-point game.
Let's see who executes here.
McKee at 6'10", able to bring the ball down. Dayton against Kenny Smith. Now the switch, and Smith now on the taller McKee. Can't connect, but knocking it out of bounds was Otis Thorpe of Houston.
Well, Vernon Maxwell missed the assignment to block Ricky Pierce off, and that made Otis have to then try to grab it out of Ricky Pierce's hand, and he knocked it out. So everybody got to do the little things right here. If you got to box out, you got to make the good pass. That time you got deflected. See?
Smith with Pierce to beat, and Pierce saves the basket but commits his 3rd foul.
See, Dick, now everything has to be perfect now. You only got almost 4 minutes to go. You got to make good passes right here. Good deflection that time by Robert Ory, and a good outlet by Olajuwon. And see, this is what I said. Offensive execution is going to win, or good defense. One or the other. And that's good defense by Houston.
That sounds like the head, one or the other.
No, what happens is if you play good defense and then you still got to go down and execute on offense.
Smith, 87.8% shooter, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 in this one. And he pulls the Rockets within 2. The only best-of-7 series this round to go, the full 7, and they're right down to a 2-point game with 3:44 to go.
See, what Seattle is doing is going to Ricky Pierce all the time. That play works. And what's happening here is what they're doing, they're having Ricky Pierce curl around Derek McKee and making Houston switch. And when they switch, then Maxwell's got to hold Derek McKee because he's 6'10".
And he's right on the basket. So that is one of the things that they'll try to keep coming to.
Campus crowd very quiet as he fires a little short. Perkins saves it. New 24 with 3:19 to go. Way short is Kemp. Boy, he's had 2 tough offensive games back to back. 3 for 8 today is Sean Kemp. And here come the Rockets, a chance to tie with a 2, but you know they love the 3. 3 minutes to go, 8 on the shot clock.
Well, they want to get the ball into Olajuwon and let him go for this time back.
1 second and Smith for 3. Rebound Kemp. Thorpe very close to picking up his 6th. Pierce inside. Rebound Maxwell.
So you can't drive into him.
To Thorpe on the run, and Otis Thorpe ties it at 89.
Give Maxwell credit, Dick, excellent feed from half court, zip the pass through for the layup.
2 teams that started way back in the fall of last year in Japan, a 2-game series, tied with 2:19 to go. And Derek McKee, Casper the Ghost, has given Seattle a basket advantage with his 8th point.
Both teams are dead tired. You know, they're sitting here saying, man, they can't believe they're in a dogfight game, but both teams are giving it all they got, but they are tired.
Well, it comes down to mental toughness and will, and which team really wants it the most, and it's going to make the big play.
Off the hands of Olajuwon to Seattle. He touched it last. It's a good call. Houston has called timeout, and Rudy Tomjanovich arguing the call. It appeared there was a Seattle deflection, and then it went through the hands of Hakeem from our angle.
Getting the penetration, Kenny Smith thought he got it right inside, and the ball popped off. And from that angle, it's difficult to see whether Olajuwon got it or not. You get another look, it went off the back.
So the ball to Seattle. The Sonics lead by 2. Less than 2 to go.
During that entire timeout, Olajuwon Olajuwon stared down and rushed the official who made the call.
Every dribble, every defensive move, every shot now aimed toward Phoenix with 1:43 to go.
They forced the switch.
Payton has not had a good shooting game. Over Olajuwon. And there's Otis Thorpe to pull down the rebound. Bound a minute and a half to go. Payton 2 for 13 shooting for Seattle.
Well, look for them to try to go into Akeem again. I think they got to look to try to go into him quicker than like 5 seconds like they have been.
With 7 seconds, he drops it. Nothing but net.
Well, see, the last time, Dick, he's been taking the double team and passing out of it. This time he said, I'm not going to pass it. I'm going to make sure I shoot this one.
Approaching the 1-minute mark, a tie game.
And see if they get Perkins to make the Houston Rockets react.
Makes the defensive play, and now with less than a minute to go, it's the Rockets with the ball.
Beautiful play by Akeem, because what he did, he went straight up, and then he used his body. He didn't try to block the shot. He just stayed there right in front of Kemp and made him shoot a bad shot.
Same play.
2 seconds. They got to hurry now. 1. The count goes, and Ori with just a hair left on that 24 seconds. Able to get his 18th point, and the rookie from Alabama gives the Rockets a 2-point lead with 32 plus seconds to go.
Okay, what happens here is, okay, last time down, Olajuwon took the shot on the double team. This time he said, well, I'm going to pass it to Horry, and he just got it all. Oh, and you know what happened from there. 2 points. And the coach's reaction said, oh, I designed it just like that. That was me. I designed it.
They didn't retire his number 45 in Houston for nothing. With less than a minute to go, the 93-91 Houston. Seattle's ball with 32 plus remaining.
Well, look for Ricky Pierce, Sam Perkins, or Sean Kemp to take this shot. Now they've been running Ricky Pierce on Maxwell, so they're coming right back with it.
They're posting up Pierce.
Pierce over Maxwell. Oh, hits a tough 10-footer to tie it at 93. 23 to lead Seattle. Ricky Pierce. What a series. They began in Japan 94 games ago against each other, and now they have 23.9 seconds left in their season. One of them.
They're going to put the ball in the hands of Kenny Smith, and what they want to do is hold for the last shot. You can take the last shot and either win the game or go into overtime, and that's what Kenny Smith is doing, watching the clock and trying to get the ball to Olajuwon in a solo situation.
There it is. Maxwell to Smith. Overtime. Kenny Smith off the rim at the buzzer.
They got a good shot, though. Give them credit. That's all you want in a situation like this. You want a good shot, and they got an excellent look at it.
They surround Olajuwon, and Maxwell picks it up. Kenny Smith had plenty of daylight. That ball was just a little bit too flat and on the line.
And Sean Kemp, as he went for that rebound, leaning way back, may have injured his back. You see Tom Janovich, he thought he had it. He had his great outside shooter in Smith taking that final pop. But Kemp was helped off the field, off the court, holding the small of his back. And we'll check with Dan Hicks to see how serious that injury might be. We're on to overtime when we return to Seattle. To the 5-minute overtime period, tied at 93. Apparently Sean Kemp just wincing at the pain, stretching for that last shot. He's okay. This game atypical of the series where the home team has won handily each time. As we said at the start of the game, a 14-point average win for Houston at the Summit and a 15-point spread for Seattle when they played here. But this one comes down to overtime to meet Phoenix on Monday night. Yeah, apparently Phoenix, the entire team watching in their locker room, and they can't start preparing for their opponent until someone wins this.
Yeah, the reason they're there because they want to see who's going to win, but they then can go out and practice and get ready for that particular team, whoever wins this game. So Phoenix is just sitting there.
What do you think they're cheering for, Magic?
Well, I think they would want to play Seattle more than they would want to play Houston because of Akeem. The difficulties maybe matching up with him. But knowing Charles, he'll probably tell you, oh, just bring me either one of them.
Hurry up.
Yeah. Yeah, they're happy about this overtime game. That's probably wearing them out more. So Phoenix is
McKee, maybe his best shot of the game to open the overtime.
Now, he made a couple of big ones earlier, one to put him ahead, and then this one to start the overtime. Let's see how the Rockets respond. With this starting group, they get better balance. They spread the ball. They're able to get the ball into Olajuwon, who kicks it back out.
Off a deflected pass, and Perkins rebounds. And Perkins with 8 boards. Ricky Pierce. Oh, Kemp up with a great try at the rebound, and he fouls Olajuwon. Or no, he did not. I guess he knocked it out of bounds, and that'll be to Houston.
Derek McKee, using all of his offensive ability against Thorpe, very quickly goes up with a nice little jump hook.
Pass to Thorpe. Thorpe just waits around, and a team finds him enough to make those sure shots.
Dick, last year he couldn't make that pass. This is a different Olajuwon now. He can pass out of double team. He can read the defense well. Boy, is he playing well.
He's 1 assist away from a triple-double. Payton, they want him to shoot. Oh, Thorpe knocked it away from his teammate Olajuwon. Out of bounds to Seattle. 3:17 to go.
SuperSonics substitution, number 10.
You talk about being able to read. He's been double teamed so much that he knows and feels where it's coming from now. Drops that one in for Otis Thorpe to tie the ball game up.
McMillan.
They keep going to Ricky Pierce. They got a switch now.
Over Olajuwon. Good rebound and a block by Olajuwon. Still alive in Seattle. Scrambling, comes up with it again. Pierce blocked again by Olajuwon. And now a foul.
Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe the one that Derek McKee had maybe was a block, but this one is clean here.
As he's saying how, you'll see Ricky Pierce come out of a scrum down here, ball underneath, and Olajuwon standing straight up and hovering, just knocks that one back down.
Ricky Pierce shooting.
4th foul on Hakeem Olajuwon.
And you missed the call on the back with Ricky Pierce. Now you put him on the line.
And the guy they don't want, in terms of Houston, they don't want to see him on the line.
He's 5 in a row today.
Another angle, but you can see it's a clear, clean block for Olajuwon.
Have to see what they might have found wrong with that effort.
Well, they said he went up under him, but the big man looked like he went straight up.
Pierce perfect from the line. Now has 25 to lead Seattle.
Let's see if they come back and go with the same play. They've been running one play for the last most of the 4th quarter and definitely all of overtime.
The whole idea is the defense is reacting to Olajuwon.
And Hakeem, a tough fall away. Pierce rebounds. Now Seattle with a 2-point lead and the ball. 2:25 to go. Perkins pressured by Ori and apparently was touched by Houston, so Seattle getting all the calls in this overtime.
Well, George Carr, I think, made Ed Rush change his mind that time. He was hollering, he touched it. Ed had first signal to Houston, then he said, no, well, he did touch it, and then gave the ball back to Seattle.
Rudy Tomjanovich all the way into the backcourt to argue timeout.
Now we'll have to see whether the Rockets drop their heads and allow the officiating to affect them, or they can play through. It's still a 2-point ball game.
With 2:15 to go. 6 on the shot clock. Kemp. Sean Kemp with 16 and a 4-point Sonic lead.
But Dick, really, Elijah helped him to make that shot because he jumped so high that Kemp said, I got to shoot it over him, and made it go in for him.
Robert Horry, 3-pointer. Elijah can't get it. Perkins does.
Excellent box out by Sam Perkins.
Horry goes down in the back court. It's 5 against 4 for Seattle.
And the Sonics stopped and waited.
Oh, and Horry, who was injured, came into the picture, and Seattle didn't expect him. And there's a foul on McMillan as Smith on the drive. Third on Kenny Smith.
He had to get this ball up higher. He knew Elijah was coming. He got the good lift and the elevation, and then locked it up, and yes.
Carl wearing a tie that has all the names of his players, the Sonic players. Hand-painted tie.
Yeah,
that even Don Nelson would be proud of.
When we were in Phoenix, I think they started that. I think Barkley had a tie like that, or they had one out on him.
There's only room for one name on Barkley's tie. Meanwhile, Kenny Smith waited as they mopped the floor. Fouls on McMillan, his third. Smith is perfect today, 6 out of 6, looking for his 17th point.
Well, you know, the Seattle made a big mistake on that last 5-on-4. They should have attacked, went right to the basket. Instead, they looked like they were confused. That they were like saying, oh, man, we got a 5-on-4. What did we do? Instead of going down and attacking. And so it cost them 2 right here.
McKee was stunned when he didn't find Horry guarding him. He's got an advantage. Horry is obviously bothered by some leg problems right now.
7 on the shot clock. Pierce with 4 over Maxwell. That's a 3-pointer. Rebound, Horry.
You got to almost have a timeout here unless they know what they want to do. This is a big possession right here.
1 minute to go. Rockets looking for a tying basket or a 3 for the lead. Oh, Maxwell thought about the 3. That's Elijah.
Yeah, good call. He grabbed his arm.
So Elijah will go to the line.
Lucky for Seattle that the referee did see it, because he was going for a dunk if he hadn't grabbed his arm, because he had the lane all the way. Here it is again.
Foul.
He split the defense. Right here, he's going to split the defensive players, and one of them grabbed his arm.
Perkins, number 4.
Okay.
Elijah is 8 for 8 shooting from the stripe.
Well, Elijah, he needs 1.
And he gets one. 99-98 with 52 seconds to go.
Whether the best play that the Sonics have is with Sam Perkins being either the guy that receives the ball or he's a passer. Can they get the ball into Perkins? 7 on the shot clock.
He's got it. What a shot by Perkins. It'll take a 3-pointer to tie it with 27 seconds to go.
He's always been a big game player with the Lakers. Game 1, Chicago. My last year, he hit a big 3-pointer to win that game for us. Sam Perkins is a man who can post up. He can shoot from the outside. Right here, he's going to show you why they went inside to him, because he can fall away. Even though you have good position on him, he can still fall away from you and make the basket. Quiet Sam.
He's had 18 in this half, Magic. Trade that sent Benoit Benjamin and the rookie Doug Christie down to the Lakers at midseason may prove the biggest move Seattle made all year.
Ron Horry just went over to that rush and said, I'm going to shoot it. I don't know whether he's going to get another shot.
Elijah singled up on Perkins.
Good play.
So with 15 seconds to go.
See,
a one-point game.
That's good basketball. That's smart basketball. You go in, get the quick 2, now foul, send them to the line. Hey, you might make him miss 1 or 2. If you get 2,
they had 1 to give. So now the next one will be the penalty, but they get Ricky Pierce back in the ball game, or they want a better free thrower in there.
Well, you got to deny him. You got to put 2 men on Ricky Pierce and let anybody else have it. The inbound, the man who's taking it out, man, should be doubling Ricky Pierce.
The man to foul would be Payton.
He's out of the ball game. They got a foul. He's
McMillan.
If you can get to him, they get to Derek McKee very quickly.
And Derek McKee, as he walks to the other end, he is a 74% free throw shooter. And this is his first attempt today. 14 seconds. So even if he makes them both, plenty of time for Houston to go down and set up for what they do best, the three-point shot.
There's Maxwell talking to him again, getting in his face, trying to disturb him. The crowd sees it. They don't like it. Maxwell's trying to just throw him off his rhythm.
Mad Max.
Well, Maxwell is a competitor.
That's
and
right.
He wants this game. He's been fighting for everything, and he wants 1 miss, at least 1 miss to give him a chance to tie. There it is.
There's the one. That's the one he wanted. Now, you don't have to go for a 3. If he makes it, you can still go down and get a good shot. Probably be a timeout by Rudy T. Probably. They call a good play.
See, that's the reason you want to take that 1 quick shot if it's there. He missed the ball.
Oh. Now timeout Houston with a basket. The Rockets with the ball and a 1-point deficit.
Well, they got to go quickly because they want to give themselves 2 chances to tie or win the game. This is not the situation it was similar where they could hold for the last shot.
This is a big, you know, the inbound, you got to get that ball in. So this is big for them to get it in, first of all.
Into Elijah. There he goes down in the hole. The double team. Maxwell. Rebound Seattle. With less than a second to go. John Kemp gets the melon. And that should do it.
Maxwell got a good look, but he was fading just a little bit. That ball bounced off, and you can see Horry pushes. And what they want is some more time back on the clock. So they got 0.8 of a second. They got timeout. So Kemp is going to have to step up and make at least one free throw. You could also be in this situation and miss a free throw and let the time run out.
Well, with me, I try to make one and miss it. Let the time run out. Have it come off or long.
Hasn't missed all day. That's 9 in a row. 102-100. 17 points for Kemp, who made just 1 point, amazingly, in Game 6.
They may be talking about that same strategy,
you know,
at the free throw line.
Don't give them a chance because you know they're going to take a timeout. Perkins and McMillan go to Kemp and say, look. Now, and Carl is saying, make the free throw.
Yes, he's saying, put it down because they all asked him, what do you want us to do or Kemp to do?
He made it. So the timeout called by Houston, and they'll have less than a second to try to get a 3 launch.
You know, that was smart basketball by the Seattle SuperSonics. First of all, they all discussing, okay, what do you want us to do with the second one with Charles Kemp? They looked over to Coach Carl. He said, no, make it instead of missing it. So he went in and made the free throw.
Somehow it seems to me that you're really giving Houston a chance to get that miracle 3, and they've got 3 men, Bullard, Smith, and Maxwell, who have shown all season long that they can hit from anywhere inside the half-court line.
It's a catch-and-shoot situation, and the time is going to go so quickly, and what usually happens is a player gets a lot more rushed and anxiety-ridden just trying to get the shot off. What you're banking on is the pressure of the moment is going to cause a miss. And I know that Rudy Tomjanovich is crossing his fingers and saying one more time.
Rudy Tomjanovich just one vote away from Pat Riley for the NBA Coach of the Year. What an agonizing time. Your team playing remarkably well, rallying from last place a year ago to win the Midwest title in overtime, down to the final second, 0.8 of a second, and needing a desperation 3 to force a second overtime.
Well, either way, Dick, they've had 2 good shots to win this game before all of this. I mean, the one before regulation, good shot, and missed it. The last one with Maxwell, a good shot, missed it. So you can't, here it is right here. Now, if I'm Maxwell, not saying that he shouldn't have shot this, I would have went right back into Akeem, because see, you got 6 seconds.
Well,
but that was a good shot.
When you get a look, the one thing that Akeem didn't see that one time was where the double team came from. Ori was wide open underneath him. He could have dropped that ball over his head. Ori had a dog.
Sam Perkins was the man who flew out at Maxwell and forced him to fade away on the jumper. Here it comes. Thorpe will inbound the ball.
Well, look for a lot of picks. A lot of picks. They want to really get a switch or something. Uh-oh, he got Olajuwon open.
Olajuwon takes it.